I'm Nick. I'm an addict. It's an honor to be here. There's a lot of good people in this room. There's a lot of people I know if I was struggling, I could call them tomorrow and they'd be there for me. So I appreciate that. So I got the topic, why are we here? And then there was an ellipsis, three little dots in it. Really. So first I was thinking about it and I felt like a little inadequate. Like just read the third chapter of the basic text. I can't do any better than that. But then I started thinking about like that pause before the really, and started to make me think about like what are our motives here? What is my motive here? Really focusing on that. I mean, I guess a lot of people can be here for different reasons, and I'm sure that's changed over the process of my recovery. But it just got me thinking about like what am I doing really here right now? And I thought of a few reasons. The first one is like there's nowhere else I can go, and I say that like in victory today because there's nothing else that I've ever tried that gives me a daily reprieve to not use. And I always keep it about the drugs first. Like this is the only thing that has ever allowed me to not use narcotics. And I look back and I think about it in the basic text, like all the different things that I've done to try to not use and how they've never worked. The things in the readings, a lot of those things are good things, and people may use those today, and I even use some of those today. But I like the way someone explained it to me is like Narcotics Anonymous is the tree trunk, and all that other stuff is just the branches that come off it. And I remember being just like desperate, trying everything to not use. And I didn't know anything about Narcotics Anonymous. Honestly, like I grew up in a very good family. I never once saw my mother or father have a drink. Nobody in my family, I was not exposed to it young. I made a lot of people like they were using hard drugs at a young age. I did not start until I was in my 20s. And just like my man shared, I was 27 when I came to my first meeting, 43 now. So I didn't know anything about Narcotics Anonymous. So I tried everything else to try to fix myself. I'd run around doing charity work, trying to like fill an emptiness inside me. I remember like making these elaborate calendars of how I could use this little bit this time, and then here I quit. I remember doing substitutions, thinking alcohol is not a drug. Uh, I remember it was one time I got this great idea, like I'd be like a high class just wine drinker. And I went to one of these. I guess they have these parties where you go around and wine test and have little sips from each bottle. And by the end of that, like the lady that was hosting it, like I had like clotheslined her over the couch and threw up everywhere. I saw all those little bottles and I was like, no one's finishing them, and I just went around and finished them all. And that's like how that night ended. So I mean, it's not to glorify. It's just like to say like there's nothing I can use. There's no like drug of choice. It's whatever is in front of me ruins my life and makes me act in a way I don't want to act. So like the first reason is like I don't want to use. Like the second reason is Narcotics Anonymous is the only thing that allows me to be the person that I know God wants me to be. I've always, even from a young age, like wanted to be a good person. Like I know we get addicted to the lifestyle, enjoy certain things of the lifestyle, but I've never met anybody that said like I enjoyed stealing from my family members or I enjoyed not showing up at my children's events. And like that's where that like I now like through connecting with a God and working some steps like am able to somewhat be the person I want to be today. And it's only because of Narcotics Anonymous that I can do that. It's only through working the steps. And I continue to strive to be the person that I know God wants me to be. Uh, I know like when I have something happen in my life, like I come to NA to be the person I want to be. I remember when I was about to have my daughter, like I was terrified. I wanted a kid, but I did not want to have a kid because I did not feel like I wanted anybody to depend on me. I still had really low self-esteem. But like I talk to people that are dads in here. I talk to people that were going through the same thing, and like I use all the spiritual principles and all the strength that you guys give me. That's how I become the person I want to be. Like it allows me to be the husband I want to be. And trust me, like I find being married is the most difficult thing in my entire life. Like I cannot claim to have like a good marriage, but I do know that like Narcotics Anonymous allows me to like approach my wife with spiritual principles. It allows me to put my family first, and it allows me like at the end of the day to like lay down and know like just for today when I take an inventory, like I've tried my best. And I constantly like mess up, but like using the spiritual principles of this program allows me to keep that self-esteem, because that's really what gets me today. Like when I act the way I don't want to act, it lowers my self-esteem, and that's what gets me thinking about using. That's just me. Like, and I know if I act a certain way enough and ignore the spiritual principles of this program, that's what's going to lead me back to the drugs. So this program allows me to be a good employee today. It allows me to treat others with the respect, because for real, like for a long time, I ignored everybody. I could go weeks without talking to anybody except just the bare minimum of what needs to be spoken to get through a day, if that makes any sense to anybody. But like today, like through working the steps and being involved in NA, I know how to treat people, and that's really what keeps me here. Another reason why I'm really here is I enjoy life today. I don't want to die. It's really pretty simple. Like I don't want to die. I remember there was a time like where I'd be sick, and I don't know if you know that feeling. Like soon as you see like the little bit of daylight coming through the windows, I would just be like, "Fuck, how how am I gonna do this again today?" I did not care. I like resigned to the fact that I die from an overdose. I didn't really care. I knew I didn't want to die, but like there were just at night I'd just be like, God, if you take me, just go ahead, because I don't want to do this anymore. And like that's like using against your will. I really remember like there's no way, no fucking way I'm using today. It's not happening, and it ended up happening. Because soon as I woke up, I had to find some more. I had to find more. And like I enjoy life today. I used to hate when people used to tell me like good morning and stuff. That shit would infuriate me. Like literally like I'd be boiling inside because I hated life, man. Life was meaningless to me. It didn't make any sense to me. And now like it has a brand new meaning. Like my at least for me, like my meaning of life is to serve the connection I have with God and serve other people, like and be the person that I know God wants me to be. Like I enjoy simple things today. Like I some of the stuff I couldn't. If you would have told me at like age 43, I'd like doing some of this stuff. I enjoy just like feeding the birds and sitting there. I could sit there for like an hour and watch them just come and chill. I enjoy like walking my dog, like simple things in life. I used to have to get high to do anything, to go shopping, to go to any engagement at all. I had to get high before it. And I thought like if you didn't get high, like what, especially when I was young, guys, like you had to be pulling something on me. You had to be faking it. Like there's no way you could enjoy life without. But I find I can't enjoy life with or without drugs, because when I had the drugs, I still didn't enjoy it, and when I didn't have them, I couldn't enjoy it either. But I do enjoy life today, like little simple things. Like this is gonna sound crazy. Like I enjoy like baking chocolate chip cookies. Like I enjoy like it's crazy like mixing that shit, putting it together, having it come out. I'll read some literature while like I enjoy stuff like that. Like simple things like seeing my nieces hang out with my daughter, playing board games with them and stuff like that. Like I never ever thought like I'd enjoy those type of things. But like for me like that's what like life is really about right now. Like I want to experience those moments on a day-to-day basis. I don't ever want to go back to that like spiritual death. That's what I was living in a state of like a dead man walking. I would do things with no purpose. I was just dragged through life with no purpose at all. And today like I have a new purpose. And like another reason why I'm still here like really is this program has connected me to so many people like and I want to stay connected to people. I used to have this attitude: if everybody would just leave me alone, I'd be all right. And it talks about in the Why We Are Here, like we can no longer blame other people for our circumstances, and we can no longer like I have to change myself. But I always had that attitude, like if people would just leave me alone, I'd be okay. Like if my mother would get off my back, I'd be all right. All that stuff. But like that self-sufficiency piece is a lie. Like I need you guys. I need people. And what Narcotics Anonymous allows me to do is like be there for other people genuinely. It's taught me to listen to other people. Like I care how other people are doing. That's what I could not grasp. When I would come back from a relapse or anything, like people, they didn't ask me like what happened, what are you doing? They didn't like belittle. Like they would ask me, like they cared how I was doing. And like it's a crazy concept. Like I never thought like I didn't trust anybody. Like I always thought there had to be something, some reason. Like if you talk to me, I'd like immediately put up a wall and be like, all right, like what do you really want? Why are you talking to me? But like people genuinely care. They just want to see you stay clean. And that's my attitude today. And I want to be there to serve other people. There used to be this one lady, she'd she'd always share like kind of angry. I always liked it, but she would always be like, I refuse to be an NA thief, meaning like get my recovery and just get out of here. And like for some reason, I hear that clear as day when she would share that. And I don't want to be like that today. I want to be there for other people. And it's like crazy. Like made no sense to me. I was like, how could my sponsor honestly say me calling him helps him? I gotta be bugging this dude. He's got stuff to do. But like I get it now. Like we help each other stay clean by being there for one another. So like this program has taught me to like want to serve others, and that's like part of that spiritual awakening from working the steps. Like I care about others. I care about how they're doing. I want to be there for others today. And it's just like this program has just like I love NA, and like real simply like I love NA, and that's what keeps me here really. Like you guys are there for me. I want to be there for you. I do it to the best of my ability. Life has changed. I remember like first like when I got here it was just all out of desperation. Like I just wanted the hurting to stop. I don't even know if I like didn't want to use it anymore. I just wanted the hurting to stop. And like as times progressed, like my life has taken on different things. Like I said, I do put my family first with as far as like things I need to do. But like if NA calls, like I want to be there for them. Like talking up here is it's uncomfortable for me, but like there was no way I was gonna like lie to my like it was an honor to be asked here, and I hope like it could help somebody just from me being up here. So like when NA calls, I do my best to be there for people. So like yeah, man, my motives to be here, why am I here really is like I love NA. I want to be the person I know God wants me to be, and I cannot do that without NA. I know it because like I cannot live with or without drugs on my own self-doing, on my own self-will. It actually gets a little frustrating for me. Like I think like with 14, like close to 15 years clean, like at some point I could hit like the cruise control, but it doesn't happen. Like I'm still like kind of a miserable, ungrateful person if left to like my own devices. Like I could grasp the concept that I'm blessed and God's taking care of me, but I still like default to negativity. I default to ungratitude, and like so that's like proof to me like there's no like I can't live off of like what I've done in the past, or like I need to like hit that refresh button day by day and like renew my program. I've definitely had lots of lapses in my program where I didn't do like where I feel like I ain't working the best program. Like I probably would not tell a sponsee to do what I'm doing right now. But the one thing I know I have done perfectly in these last 14 years is I've never once thought like I can do this with without NA. Like there's no avenue I could go. There's a lot of good things in life, and there's a lot of things that help me, but like being a family man's not going to keep me clean. Just being involved in my church, I know personally, is not going to keep me clean. Like I've never once thought for a second, like I can do this without NA. If I choose to leave NA, I'm making a conscious decision to go use. That's what it is. So, I want to say thank you for inviting me to speak here. It's an honor to be here for you guys, and I want to thank you for helping me throughout the years. That's all I got. Thanks.